So you've got to get with the plan here and realize, no, I am a person, I can govern myself just fine. I don't need your help. So the government comes along and says, okay, we'll take retirement, we'll give you money or whatever. Government sends you a check. Obamacare. Did you know Obamacare right now is in the state of collapsing? It was designed to collapse. That idiotic idea would never work anyway. I mean, all the paperwork on that, I haven't read it, but they say there's 2,000 pages that explain it, Obamacare or something like that. But it was never created, it was never meant to work. It was created to cause greater dependency upon government. Once it collapses, and it's going to collapse, then the people are going to say, oh, what are we going to do? We have no health care. And we will look to the government again to provide the answers. It was designed to collapse to create greater dependency on your government. You know, who's going to take care of you when you're old? I mean, let's ask that. Who are you depending on to take care of you? Your dysfunctional kids, are they going to take care of you? I don't think so. Before Social Security, who took care of the elderly? You know, there was a time before Social Security. We're not talking about, I mean, we've got to wrap our minds around that. There was a time before Social Security. Who took care of people back then? Let me tell you who. Families, communities, and church took care of the elderly. So who are you depending on? Now I want to show you what dependency upon God looks like. I'm going to give you a picture of what dependency upon God looks like. And I'm going to explain it to you. Deuteronomy 29 and verse 4. It says, yet the Lord has not given you a heart to perceive, and eyes to see, and ears to hear unto this day. Now this is a conundrum here. Look, you know, you got eyes, you got ears, but you don't get it. In other words, God is saying a great miracle has been occurring for 40 years. Let's take a look at the next verse and see what it's talking about. All right, you can't see, you can't hear. All right, Deuteronomy 29 verse 5. And I have led you 40 years in the wilderness. Your clothes are not waxed old upon you, and your shoe is not waxed old upon your foot. Now, you know those old stiff-necked Israelites probably took that old sandal off their foot, that dirty foot, and looked at it and said, man, I did an exceptional job at choosing the camel hide leather for this sandal. Man, this thing has lasted 40 years. You know they took the credit for it. You know they took the credit for it. That's just human nature, is it not? But God is saying, look, you didn't have sense enough to figure that out. That you've been walking around in 40-year-old clothing and 40-year-old shoes, and they never wore out. That's what he means by you don't have eyes and ears to hear. You know, you're not seeing the miracle. They're right before your eyes.
Check us out on the web at isthatreallyinthebible.com.